Hello my friends.
We are very glad to see you all again.
It actually happened. Hearthstone is getting a brand new game mode for the first time since Tavern Brawl.
During the opening ceremony for BlizzCon 2019, Blizzard announced Battlegrounds. We have believed that Blizzard would add a new mode or features for a while, and even talked about it in our last video. Dora, you thought our expectations were goofy and naive. What do you say now?
Well, I admit that I didn't expect to see such an important announcement, but I don't think that this mode deserves so much attention.
Dora, you are very critical as always.
Let's try to determine if this mode is a failure or success. We have collected all possible facts that you should know before the release of the mode.
What is Battlegrounds in more detail?
This is a new way to play Hearthstone. One that's fast-paced and easy to learn according to the developers.
This mode is based on the popular genre that arose from the PC mode community earlier this year with the release of the Auto Chess mod for Dota 2. The new genre picked up even more steam this year when Riot released Teamfight Tactics, a League of Legends-themed auto-battler that became an instant sensation. And now, Blizzard has created their take on the auto-battle genre in an attempt to emulate Riot's success. If you've ever played an auto chess game, Hearthstone Battlegrounds will feel somewhat familiar.
In general, auto-battlers quickly lose popularity. Hype for them is long gone. Blizzard was late to the party.
Yes, you're right. Team 5 started making Battlegrounds 6 months ago. They have done a ton of work to make the game able to handle 8 players at once.
In addition, according to Dean Ayala, the final development of the mode could take another 6 months. This means we can expect some changes in the upcoming months. There are many features that developers would like to add.
This is just unbelievable. Other studios reacted quickly and immediately developed their auto-battle games. But this small indie studio spent nearly a year on its development.
We are more optimistic. Perhaps Team 5 will give a second wind to this genre, and it will end up being worth the wait.
When can we start playing this game mode?
Battlegrounds entered closed beta on November 5th, and open beta will open on November 12th.
How can I find this mode in the game client?
A new button appeared on the main Hearthstone menu, simply labeled Modes. In it, you can select Arena or Battlegrounds. Perhaps in the future, other new modes will appear here.
By the way, Battlegrounds is a completely free game mode. You don't even need to have a collection to play.
That sounds cool. Can I play with friends?
You can queue up with one of your friends to play in the same game, but you'll still fight each other.
If you like co-op games and want to see something similar in Hearthstone, you should pay attention to our latest video. We debuted our concept for a cooperative mode and collected the most interesting ideas from the community. We received a large number of comments, including opinions on the Hearthstone game designer Dean Ayala, who constantly thinks about options for implementing a cooperative mode in the game.
He really cares what the community thinks about it. Join the discussion.
Now let's talk about the Battlegrounds gameplay. At the start of each game, each player will be able to select one hero with a unique power, which will change the way you play the game. You will have to choose from 2 or 3 of the 24 available characters drawn from across Hearthstone history.
The game will also include 81 minions to recruit. Most are well known to players, but 10 of them are unique to this mode.
Each card in Battlegrounds has a tavern tier instead of a mana cost. This indicates its strength.
So what does this look like in practice?
Instead of building a deck, you recruit minions in Bob's Tavern. This happens at the start of each game, and between combat rounds.
You have to manage your gold economy and decide when to hire minions, when to sell them off to recoup a coin, and when to pay a coin to refresh the lineup. You can freeze the board for free and lock it in for the next round, and you can also upgrade the tavern to gain access to stronger minions. You will also have to spend coins to use some hero powers.
As the game goes on, you will get more coins.
You can place purchased minions from your hand onto the board or switch position of those already in play. This is a very important element of gameplay.
You have a limited amount of time for all actions.
Triple mechanics deserve special attention. Getting 3 of the same minion will automatically combine them into one golden minion with increased stats and abilities. You then also get a special card that will let you discover and recruit a minion of a higher quality free of charge to make up for the fact you just lost board presence.
When combat starts, you will be matched with a random opponent. Your minions will attack your opponent's roster and vice versa. You start with the leftmost minion, which attacks a random minion on your opponent's board, unless he has a taunt, which is always prioritized. Then your opponent's leftmost minion attacks your random minion, and so on.
In this phase there is not much to actively do, except watch and pray to Yogg for good random number generator. Minion combat happens until one player loses all of his minions. The winning player deals damage to the enemy hero based on his tavern level, how many minions survive and how strong they are. When both sides end up with no minions left, it is a draw and no damage gets applied to either hero. Combat phase buffs last only during that combat.
The status of all players will be visible at all times on the leaderboard. After the battle phase is over, the ranking on the sideboard gets updated.
Despite the fact that combat phase is quite fast, you will spend a lot of time on a match since there are a lot of fights waiting for you. Generally, each match lasts approximately 25 to 30 minutes. This is a normal duration for auto butlers, but Hearthstone players are used to faster battles.
The mode will have its own ranking system. You gain or lose points depending on how well you score.
In general, ending in the top 4 will increase your ranking, while ending in places 5 to 8 will decrease it. Battling against players of significantly lower or higher skill rating could cause some variance in rank gain or loss.
What about rewards? What will we get for victories in high rank?
Unfortunately, we do not have reliable information, but it seems that we will not receive any awards, except prestige and fun.
Even though Battlegrounds will be free, players can unlock optional bonus features when they acquire card packs from the most recent expansion, starting with Descent of Dragons. At 10 packs, players will unlock comprehensive stat tracking. At 20, they can choose from 3 different heroes at the start of each match instead of 2. At 30, players unlock the ability to taunt or playfully communicate with their opponents using a visual emote system.
Due to the nature of an 8-player match with tons of attacks, effects, and animations triggering at the same time, Hearthstone Battlegrounds is currently only supported on mobile devices with more than 2 GB of RAM.
This means that some older devices may not be able to run Battlegrounds. As progress out of beta, the developers will be optimizing the experience so that players with older devices can participate in this new game mode.
Beginning in November 12th, a large Battlegrounds Brawl event will take place in honor of the release of the new mode. 16 streamers, from 4 teams, will take part in the battle.
Join up with your favorite streamer teams to earn a Descent of Dragons card pack, plus an additional pack if your team wins the Battlegrounds Brawl. Additionally, legendary quests to play Battlegrounds will be available during this period. The event will conclude on Thursday, November 21st with an epic tournament live on the invitational stage.
Well, what do you think about the above information? Is the new mode a failure or success?
Actually, I don't know if I like Battlegrounds, but I'm definitely intrigued by it. This is not the mode that I wanted to get, since I was never interested in auto battlers.
In addition, the genre is really losing relevance. But on the other hand, I was incredibly happy that for the first time in 3 years we saw a really significant innovation. Blizzard seems to have created a fun game mode that can easily change with new expansions. Also, it can be augmented with new unique cards and heroes as time goes on. But the main advantage is simplicity. Developers remain true to Hearthstone's core concept. The mode looks much simpler and understandable to players than other auto-battlers.
The main disadvantages are too much dependence on luck, as well as a lack of rewards, which will make it less attractive for free-to-play players.
I also want to supplement the list of shortcomings with the long duration of matches. You can spend more than half an hour and get just a few digits to your rating.
Despite this, Battlegrounds cannot be called a failure, since the mode may potentially bring back old players who left the game, and also find a new audience.
I think otherwise. I doubt that Battlegrounds will be good or interesting in a month. In addition, this is not at all what the players requested.
Don't forget that the mode is currently in beta testing and developers will collect community opinions and perhaps make some changes. Share your opinion on this in the comments.
Lastly, we suggest that you determine the last fact. Is Battlegrounds a failure or success? Do you need this mode?
We created a YouTube poll. Find the I button on the screen. Please vote and share your opinion in the comments.
Alright, that's all for today. Thank you for being with us.
And special thanks to Chris for text editing.
We will meet in new videos.
Good luck.